All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Quest Collective Behind the Dice. As you can see at this moment, this little um, episode is going to be right now just me and Steve. Say hello, Steve.
Hey, hello, Steve.
Not. He's fucking smart ass. All right. Well, um, give me one quick minute to do some other stuff. But Steve, I believe that last session we went on ahead and talked about the whole story revolving around the um, the alternative timeline. I believe that's where we were in the alternative universe, like the mentioned disaster style. So I think the next scenario or the next story arc that we're supposed to be in is the Dragon Rulers. So go on ahead and explain the story to the good viewers at home.
All right, so basically, like most days, I was looking at some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was just like, "Hey, what if I make a plot line about this?" And so one day, the defenders of Gielinor um, got an invitation to a mansion where they were going to get their souls sucked out by a powerful elemental dragon who trapped them there. They luckily escaped and made contact with an order of dragon slayers called the Buster Bladers. Yes, more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I love Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They're so much fun. Anyway, and so basically they worked together to try and stop the resurrection of the three other elemental dragons. So if you're not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, there's Tempest, the dragon ruler of storms. Um, and then there's Tidal, Blaster, and Redox. And so they had to stop the revival of those other three. And unfortunately, um, they they kind of messed up for two of them. So two of them got revived at full power. One of them kind of destroyed Ardoin with lots of fire and stuff. And another flooded Gielinor, the ogre city, with lava. But they managed to stop the full revival of Tidal. And I think what was interesting about this plot line was that we had a Dragon Rider character who basically wanted to actually reach out and communicate with the dragon rulers. And this led me to actually fleshing them out a bit more, so that way they'd not just be generically evil. But yeah, after the dragon rulers were revived, they then worked together to acquire some better weaponry for the Buster Bladers, while also trying to recruit the well, okay, first, they helped try to defend the River of Souls in Great Corend from Tempest, who had machinations to use it to steal souls, but it was a deception to essentially distract them from the creation of two new dragons. Both of them used to basically sacrifice all the souls of the non-dragons to revive all the dragons. And so the group had to then help the Buster Bladers get some better weaponry, and then they proceeded to parlay with the three dragon rulers and convince them to essentially side with the non-dragons against Tempest. Um, and this led to a big confrontation where the dragons eventually were able to help the group stop Tempest, and Tempest was resealed. Um, uh, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it then. So yeah, we basically went on ahead and I believe the whole story was we sealed him, right? The whole ending is that
Yeah,
we sealed him. It was
yeah, that was. that was the decision the players came to.
Yeah,
It was between
because
stealing him or killing him, and they chose to steal him because they had hoped that in time he might be able to come back and be at peace.
yeah, uh, yeah. So then we do go back to that whole storyline later, kind of more like we get reintroduced to them in one of our old campaign that I was hosting. But yeah, one question. So what cards? So what are the cards used? They know it's from Yu-Gi-Oh, but like they want to know the dragons specifically. If you could send me
Okay, yeah.
pictures, I could probably go on ahead and just.
Yeah, sure. So, give me 1 second. I'm gonna give that to David. So there are 4 dragon rulers. I did this campaign before. They added a light and dark dragon ruler, so I used just the original 4, and then I used Metaphys, the Metaphys, Metaphys Ragnarok, and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, I think it was. The one that lets you revive a dragon from your graveyard. And let's see, what else can I pull up? So and then of course the classic Buster Blader.
So give me one quick minute because I had to do the names differently because when I tried saving them, for some reason they kept coming out as latest, and I had to put numbers between them. So give me a moment.
But yeah, so it was the Dragon Rulers, which was Tidal, Redox, Blaster, and Tempest.
I'm gonna show them first one of them. Let's see which one I can grab first. Alright, so I could just do this. Here he is, the first we're gonna go with Blaster. This is what Steve based him off on. As you can see, we're major nerds.
Your nerd level is too weak, David. You're more like a minor nerd.
Okay,
You
first
have
of
yet
all,
to reach.
insulting.
You've yet to reach Nerdvana.
So yeah, this was one of the dragon rulers, the fiery dragon blaster. The next one is Redox. I think didn't you like change the appearance of Redox a little bit, not so that it could be more RuneScape friendly, or did you keep it?
No, I basically kept their designs as is, just for like descriptions and stuff. Because I feel like, especially because of like old school, having a kind of like bip or quadruped dragon without wings. Also, I feel like an earth dragon doesn't really need wings. Like, why would you give an earth dragon wings? Like, that's not very on element, really.
I mean, I would blame the Dragonkin in charge of the
Yes,
creation.
well, here's the thing. My dragonkin is smarter than your dragonkin, so get on my level.
Yeah, sure, okay. Anyway, yeah, the next one is the Metamyth Ragnarok, which was supposed to be the light or what?
Yeah, yeah. This was before the Yu-Gi-Oh actually came up with actual dragon ruler of light.
Okay, thank you so much. Apparently, someone noticed that I might sound thirsty, so I'm forced to drink water. You too, Steve, if you need it. I know I do. Give me one
Chug,
moment.
chug, chug, chug.
Okay, so real quick, here's the next one, which is. Oh, no, this is not the one that I needed to show you all. Here we go. Title.
This was the one that our Dragon Rider character Valzik was able to properly reach out to and connect with, which was like I think that's one of the nice things about tabletop games as a whole is just when you're playing with other people, your initial plans can sometimes just change because they want to have a more engaging time, and meeting that meeting that is just kind of nice, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing too is that these elemental dragons fits perfectly thanks to a beautiful game called RuneScape Dragon Wild. Very fun, very easy, and also does elemental dragons also, but a little bit of a touch called RuneScape. What the fuck is going on with these dragons? Why are they beefy?
Well, you see, they didn't skip arm or leg day.
That is true. But yes, well, somebody asked. I guess they want to know the origin story of these dragons because
Oh
they
yeah.
ask why are they helping Tempest? I guess after helping
Well, so
against them.
so well, okay. So basically, before they were all sealed, um, they were siblings, and so it was only after being essentially being reached out to and convinced that Tempest's plan was, well, not a good plan, did they side with the characters. So basically, a long time ago, back before the people of Great Korend arrived on the Zia continent, they the dragon rulers were created by what's it called? Give me a second to remember the words. By the dragon ruler.
I don't think we got a name on who
Oh
created
no,
them.
I did create a name for them. His
Okay.
name was Konaki, as a play on the word of the name Konami, because I was cheeky that way. Anyway, yeah. So Konaki wanted to create elemental dragons. So Tempest is the oldest, and if I remember correctly, I think it was then Tidal, Blaster, and Redox in terms of age. And so Tempest was very protective of his brothers. So he eventually killed his creator because, well, he didn't exactly trust him. Eventually, though, they started having their own families. But then the refugees from the God Wars arrived on Great Core, or sorry, on Zia, and they began to kill some dragons. And this upset Tempest quite a bit, as well as his brothers, because a number of the ones they cared about, like Title's mate, Blaster's adopted children, stuff like that, really set them off. So they waged war against the settlers, and eventually, with the help of priests from the four main denominations of religions in RuneScape, the dragon rulers were sealed. And so, yeah, that's the long and short of it. And eventually, Tempest's seal was undone prematurely, so that's how he got free before the others. And so he then spent the plot freeing them to essentially just start his plans to eradicate all non-dragons. Does that answer the question, or is there any like
No,
lingering?
yeah, no, that seems to. I think that answered the question because they had another question asked. But to add more info that I believe Steve forgot, the original plan was to wipe out all non-dragons, but eventually uh, they learned that it wouldn't wipe out all non-dragons, but just those with corrupted hearts. Because I think I remember somewhere along the lines of our dragon rider finding out of the death dragon that you made. to like completely wipe out all those non-dragons. It was learned that he was only gonna be able to wipe out those with corrupt natures or heart.
No, I don't think that was it.
I remember it was something along those lines.
No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Mm. If they
I
were
think
still
the
around, we
issue
would
was
have
more
laughed.
just this would just. I think this is more an issue that would disrupt the anima mundi and ultimately, like, I think damage the world was the problem.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, if the player was still around and would have asked them, they probably would have remembered something differently too. Because it's been a long time. It was just me trying to remember, but it's been a long time. Excuse me. To answer the one question that I see there, no, Great Corend is not canon to RuneScape, RuneScape 3. It is. It was. This might be a small spoiler, but I'm gonna use the little hint of it. It was canon to our campaign.
But everything changed
Something
when David
happened.
decided to be cheeky.
We'll explain why it is no longer canon when we recap campaign 3.
We will explain later.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, at the time it happened, we had Great Corend in a kind of pseudo combination of RuneScape 3 and old school lore kind of thing going on.
Yeah, we still do, but only where it makes sense for RuneScape 3, like the city, not the city, the town Sleep, for example, uh, is a location that doesn't exist in RuneScape 3, but it exists in old school RuneScape, and we thought it would work. Well, at least for me, I believe it works better on keeping Sleep because it's not that big of a change to the RuneScape 3 lore, and it's like to me it fits better on the grand scale of storytelling. So we did keep like some lore, and if we ever do visit those lore, we will like probably just hand wave some differences. What else is canon? Whew, let's see. God, what else would be canon?
Like from old school stuff?
Yeah, like I guess the Nightmare of Ashima. What was it? I forgot what.
Yeah, the Nightmare of Anashima.
Yeah, that would be canon still.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot we did the Nightmare as a boss fight.
Yeah, at least the location where she is. We did do the boss fight once, but yeah, like she and her temple would be canon to RuneScape 3. Thanks to the latest book, not the one that is coming out, but the one that came out Fall of Hollowvale. The Sisterhood is definitely canon. Um, oh, and the information on Saphalin Hollow having a sister, we considered. Remind me, did we consider to ignore it or make it canon that he had a sister?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember talking about this with Steve, but I don't remember all either. If I decided not to make it canon, it is canon now to RuneScape 3 because it was mentioned in the book. So yeah, thanks to the out of game books, we now can say that there are like more stuff in Mauritania that we don't have in RuneScape 3. Like
Mauritania.
yeah, like Dark Mire having the no wait, is it Dark Mire that had the tomb or that Mary Ditch?
Which tomb?
The one that you can enter through an agility course that is basically an entire tomb of Saradomin that has buff Saradomin
Yeah,
with six pack.
I think I think that's Darkmire. Yes, the Hallowed Sepulchre.
Yeah, somebody confirmed it. It's Darkmire. Okay, so that exists in RuneScape 3 because it was mentioned basically the same way that was mentioned in old school RuneScape in the book that the priest, I think of the unicorn or the
The
lion.
Justice Star of the Unicorn.
Yeah. So yeah, the priest of the unicorn basically set up a trap to basically just seal it off completely and kill how many they needed to kill. But yeah, so it's back to back. I believe I said this before, but a quick reminder. So in RuneScape, which is RuneScape 3, it's the original timeline. At least in my campaign, because I can imagine some old school RuneScape player will disagree. But RuneScape is the original timeline, and then there's old school RuneScape, which is a separate continuity and separate timeline. Um, the difference in the two is that one individual NPC or villain, in other words, decided to not do something he was originally supposed to do.
He
And
gained access to the fourth wall and now knows too much.
yeah. I'm not trying to spoil it on there. Like, do the quest, you'll learn. But they did something that they did something opposite that they were originally supposed to do. So because of that, I consider that as a time shift. Um, that basically broke RuneScape timeline into two. Some
He
people will disagree
disrupted.
with. Sorry, go.
I said he disrupted a canon event.
Yeah. In other words, he disrupted the canon event, except Miguel O'Hara has not appeared yet. But yeah, like some people agree with me in the lore community. They consider Zia appearing being the breaking the timeline. But I disagree because technically, since old school RuneScape doesn't have like a quest order that you can do unless you want to consider release date, but they don't have a filter like RuneScape does, where you can either use a timeline filter or an age filter. Old school RuneScape does not have that. It's all release date. So, like to me, like the way that I see it is more so like you can consider Zia happening after the moment that this NPC broke the canon event. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to spoil it. Don't ask me who. Don't tell me what. But yeah, because of that specific NPC, a lot of things are different. Which is something that me and Steve acknowledge, and it's like, hey, this works well. It's better explained, and then if anything, I could, what's the word? Fix the reason why RuneScape 3 doesn't have Zia yet. Which is, of course, something that a lot of players don't want, apparently. Nobody wants to have Zia.
I want Zia, but I am denied at every turn, just like my precious elemental workshop. You
I
deny
fucking
me,
hate
world.
you. You know what? Steve, why don't you tell the nice people at home why you love Elemental Workshop, you nerd?
I like puzzles. That's it. That's the whole reason. I like puzzles. I also think it's just kind of a cool thing where you just focus on doing stuff without like a whole lot of dialogue. It's very different from how you do most quests in RuneScape. So I just find it neat.
Oh my god. You all disgust me.
Oh, do they agree with me?
Yes!
Finally, my fellow elemental workshop enjoyers have arrived.
Oh,
Or at the very least, they like puzzles.
I hate all of you.
And unfortunately, you're stuck with us.
Unfortunately, yes. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no. Anyway, but no, it is fine. But yeah, so basically that was all the whole story that we did. I'm trying so hard to remember what other plot lines we did. Because
Well,
yeah,
there was Thorny's plotline about the cursed artifacts, but since Thorny's not here, it'd be a little hard to explain it in too much detail.
Yeah, and I don't really remember how it ended.
Well, I do. So, I guess to give a rough summary, basically, uh, if any of you remember from our previous explanation of Taunton and the Mood, so the Mood amulet, the Heart Freezer amulet, was supposedly uh, a particular kind of artifact that an individual known as the Docent was trying to recreate a bunch of through various different runes symbols. They didn't quite work out because they were all cursed. They had horrible side effects, like one girl was given the nature rune one, which essentially caused a massive vine to grow. Or, let's see. I think there was a giant sea slug with the power of the the power of the cosmic rune that caused like super gravity to occur. Like crazy stuff like that. And so basically the docent had passed out all these cursed artifacts in an attempt to try and help people, but they were kind of backfiring horribly. And so basically, after much trial and tribulations, the group eventually confronted him, only he was kind of just a vegetable at that point. And so, showing some mercy, they let the children of the docent take care of him going forward. He wasn't a threat anymore, so the group just let him be. I think Sergeant Murphy can provide a lot more details from what he can remember.
Yeah, if he ever does make it, sure. If not, we could have him repeated next episode. Then yeah. So there's that, but I'm still trying to remember more after that because even after that, there's more.
Dear God. Well, I'm
So
pretty sure.
somebody's asking, where are they? Let's see. Steve accidentally derailed their tracks, so they might be in the bottom of the lake at this moment.
No, they weren't taking the train, David. They were on a plane. And
So
unfortunately, Thor is fighting Thor in the skies right now, so they might have got caught up in that. It's a
well, now
Thor
you
off
know.
there. Let's see. I'm trying to remember because I feel like after the Dragon Rulers and the Docent plots wrapped up, I think that's when you officially fully took over as Dungeon Master. And then we had your big plot with. Oh, no, hold on. I think then we had the Jormungandr plot.
I'm sorry. Remind me the what plot?
The Jormungandr plot.
Oh yes. Well, it wasn't really the Yoram Condor plot. It was. Oh God, that is gonna have to be something I'll have to explain. What in 3 episodes later? But it wasn't really a plot per se. It was more like an arc. I turned it into a plot because of what RuneScape did at the finale of basically Aftermath. Because of that, I had to change everything.
In the aftermath of Aftermath, we had some Aftermath.
It was bullshit. And yes, they were most likely on a gnome copter.
Yeah.
But let's see. But yeah, so keep asking us questions. We are happy to answer all the questions that you have. In the meantime, somebody else gave water. Thank you so much. I'll be honest, I don't have water. I have Gatorade. I need to change the thing to saying instead of drink water is
Hydrate.
yeah, hydrate. Anything healthy. I don't know, like just exclamation point. All of that there.
Hydrate, you thirsty bastards. Anyway.
Oh, somebody made a typo, but I can read this. My own typo made me able to translate typos. So what are the? No, I'm not gonna make it say. Frank says hydration is important. I'm gonna steal that idea and say David says hydration is important.
That's just thievery, David. What do
Uh,
you have, like 99 thieving or something?
maybe.
Anyway, what was the question?
All right. Anyway, so what is the most epic moment you can recall? Oh, that is a good question. You first, while I sit here and contemplate on what was it.
Oh yeah, I think it was from campaign 3. During the final boss fight, we had a bard who summoned a bunch of illusions with what was it called? Major image, like just a bunch, like a fucking illusion band to play Live and Learn from Sonic Adventure 2 for the final boss fight, which was freaking awesome. Yeah, I think that was a standout moment.
Oh yeah, that was actually. You know what? Yeah, like that was a really epic moment there. Like just. So yeah, we our bard basically had the idea of
I,
pulling
I already
they had an idea of pulling a critical role moment with Scallion, who basically loves using illusions to be able to play music. So his idea was to basically use his illusion to basically play a hardcore band style song. So yeah, when they were doing the final boss fight during campaign 3, they played Live and Learn, like you said, and it was like hell. Put it on a loop for 3 hours. This is motivation, and because of that, I did give everybody advantage on
advantage.
attack.
Yeah, it was great. But then the final boss decided to unleash a massive silence spell, so like we lost it and we almost died. But luckily the fucking healer got out of the thing and was able to save us. We we dodged a bullet there.
Oh yeah, big time. So somebody found a loophole. Um, a player who is in stream can redeem fates. Yeah, they can, and you know what? We'll allow it, but there's a limit, and I'll know who it is because I can see the name, and I
He's
know who
always
you are.
watching.
I know who you are, you bastard.
You not one-eyed bastard. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when
No, no,
you're
no, 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 no. Hey,
awake.
hey, I'm not Santa Claus. I know I
He
have a
sees you
beard
when
and I
you're
have a stomach,
sleeping.
but
He
I'm
knows
bald.
when
There's a
you're
difference.
awake.
Hey, I'm not
Well, how do
Santa
you know
Claus.
Santa's
I
not
know
bald
I have
underneath
a
his hat? What do you
beard
think he
and I
wears the
have a
hat?
stomach, but I'm bald. Anyway,
Well, how do you
hold
know
up.
Santa's not bald underneath his hat? What do you think he wears the hat?
Anyway, okay, sorry, there was an echo going on because my stream manager.
Well, actually, it was because I was standing right behind him and having my audio play while he was talking, so I messed with him.
Anyway, to answer the question of the fucking audience that I've been interrupted by 20 people at once here. So to answer your question, aside from that, the live and learn one of the most epic moments that we've had was this is later on in campaign 1, but we did a combat style one shot where the defenders of Gielinor were helping the World Guardian go through
Oh
uh,
yeah, that's right.
Hobrock fucking suplexing a giant demon off the goddamn map was top tier.
I forgot about that.
Like that was like all right, cool. You do realize you can't get him from the waist, right? Don't worry, I got his ankle. Roll for strength. Fucking goes for a natural. Proceeds to lift them up, suplex them off the map, almost falls off the map, and it's like, bruh, you
Yeah.
almost died and you almost gave Steve a heart attack.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, she did.
yeah,
God damn.
just a reminder in the campaign. We like this far now. How Brock and Steve basically had that
Family.
relationship of brother and sister. So it's like that's it. She is the sister of Steve, and Steve has accepted it. Because even if he doesn't, he can't deny it. She's gonna drag his ass wherever he needs to go.
Yep.
20 people that a platoon of members march into your room. Technically, I'm in a living room, but yes.
Yeah, I just you know that choir in Xanaris that randomly shows up? It's them. They just appear.
It makes sense. I mean, yeah. Anyway, oh god, that hurts so much. But keep the question pouring. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy, my pretties.
Okay, like that. I'll understand if you're too scared now because of that. I got you, but now that's just creepy.
If I had nickels for every time you said I was creepy, I'd be very rich.
Oh god, I had to check something on the stream because I got a notification from my thing, but it was only because of my microphone. Like, yes, I understand. My microphone is mute. I am muting it on purpose.
Are you sure?
I am gonna kill you. Anyway,
Dude.
so to answer the first question, spoiler alert. That is for campaign 3. So that's a spoiler alert. We will explain that when we recap campaign 3. Right now, we're still recapping campaign 1. But the plot did involve them, and I did love how they try to figure out who was really behind the whole thing, only for them to be incredibly wrong about all of it. It was beautiful. I loved it so much. To answer the next question, the Dragon Rider had only one dragon? No, he had multiple. I believe it was.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh god, he had several, but
Yeah, like
yeah.
I believe
So
first was a black dragon named Naga, right?
yeah, and then there was a frost dragon. I forget the name. But then I think at some point they got a royal dragon.
Well, first it was a celestial dragon.
That's right. Oh, and that's right. The celestial dragon then sacrificed itself as part of a plot to save everyone. That's right. Yeah, that was.
I'm so sorry for the people at home. Real quick, I accidentally went on ahead and forgot to lower Steve's microphone. So if he was coming in hot, I'm sorry.
Boos. Roda! Yeah.
But yeah, he had the celestial dragon, which like the names I've forgotten, so I'm sorry. But he had the celestial dragon. Um, he had a black dragon, a frost dragon, and then eventually a royal dragon. But I believe the royal dragon was like elemental infused.
Yeah, I think that was right.
For confirmation, for those of you who are confused on what I mean by a royal dragon,
The King
basically,
Black Dragon with 3 heads, basically. But instead of being like the fire, lightning, poison that the King Black Dragon does, was like different elements.
yeah. So it's more just a three-headed dragon that was powerful. Pretty much that's it. Well, it was more than powerful, but I'm just trying to like say, yeah, it's not like an ordinary dragon. Yes, we did have someone playing a dragon rider, which the race name is Ilujanka, but like just trying to say the
I think
word
it's
some.
actually pronounced Iluyanka.
Yeah, it's just like it's too long, Konzuntait, all that shit.
For you, maybe.
But yeah, I believe that was all the dragon. They probably, no, I wouldn't say they owned, but they probably did ride one of the dragon rulers once. But that was
Yeah.
for like trying to get from one location to another, and so they had to steer the dragon. I don't know who this David is, but yeah, he sounds like he has a problem with long and complex names.
Yeah, just wait till I drop on him my newest character,
Yeah.
Superfragilistically. He's just gonna go soup soup tip 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 for fuck you. Anyway.
But yeah, any more questions or I guess concern? I don't know. Like at this point, I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, just
Question: Is Steve insane? Yes. Yes, I am.
oh. So another question is this one is Frank, who's watching our stream as a supporter. Uh, he needs help with a name for their next character.
Okay, Frank, what's the character about?
No, 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 no! Don't even go there. You and I both know. You and I both know what you really want to call them. Give him the answer.
Oh, hold on a second. Who's that? Oh, hey, Frank.
Hello there. I
Okay,
will
good.
DM you the name later.
Some,
Eh.
somebody just answered saying, "Steve."
Hmm.
Yeah, Steve. There you go. They knew all too well. We all know you want to call him Steve. Steve.
As fun as having another Steve would be, I don't think that's what he was going for. But we may not know. Who knows? He'll tell me in a sec. Anyway, let's see. I feel like there was going to be something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So I think Frank at one point wanted me to do a Sekal Zook voice, just to hear my take on him. So while we wait for more questions, let me quickly look up one of his lines. Sekal Zook. Value log. Let's see.
Okay, here's a question. Let's see. How does your edict work? I have heard some D&D groups does it differently. Like the Edicts of Gothics, um, it works the same way in game, I guess. Like
No gods, just demigods.
exactly, no gods, just semi-gods. You're not as strong as a god. You're as strong as a demigod type of stuff. So yeah, I would say there is like we don't have any unique interpretation or add-on to the barrier. Just more so is just works as it is. The only thing that I would say is not unique, but more lean on the assumption that the lore community have, um, is that you if you become as strong as a god, like so the barrier works in sensing power level. So if you reach a certain threshold of the power level, the barrier will consider you a threat to the world and evict you. So basically, that power level is the power level of a god. So if you become as strong as a god without becoming a god, yeah, the edict will still remove you because it's not sensing divinity, it's sensing power. So that's is the one part that we lean into, which is not unique because it's more like it's something that the developers of the game has said that it could be possible, but they haven't really led or shown evidence of that yet. So we lean to that itself. And yes, Zook is technically a demigod, and technically you can be as strong as them, yes. But you're still gonna die if you're not careful. Like there's not like remember one thing, strength isn't everything. It's how you use it. So don't run in like an idiot. I say
Besides,
as I'm playing.
it's how you use it.
I say that as in I'm the motherfucker not playing an orc who's gonna rush in and like an idiot.
Yeah, you kind of set yourself up for that. Anyway, Zook line read.
A challenger approaches. What makes you think you have what it takes?
I guess that's the kind of voice I'd probably give him. If we ever encounter him. Please don't make me encounter him. Or, well, technically, if we were playing the RuneScape RPG, we could theoretically have an encounter with him, because he is in that game's bestiary. But I don't know how I would fucking give a character sheet to Sikal Zook. Like, he's Gielinor's biggest badass. It's gonna be kind of hard to.
The biggest, Gielinор's biggest badass, and Gielinор's daddy is all I can call him right now. Because that could have been Tumikin, but that motherfucker decided to blow himself up. Anyway, to answer the question, no. The question is there a ritual or some other way to become a god like of obscure stuff? Not really. If you become a god, you're gonna get kicked out of Gielinor. There is no ritual to make you a god. There's rituals. I would say that there's possibilities of rituals existing for you to be as strong as a god, or to
but
be
not quite godhood. Because godhood, at least in terms of RuneScape 3's established lore, requires one of a few set methods. Option 1, killing a god. So, that's going to be a little hard given there's no gods on Gielinor, but I assume if you kill enough demigods, you might be able to become a god. But yeah, so that's one way to get a godhood, because essentially the way it works is when you kill a god, the power they're suffused with infuses into you, and you can ascend. Certain people have been able to avoid ascending like that. Option 2, absorbing enough raw anima energy. So I'm not sure if this is how Azanandra ascended to godhood in game, or if it counts as like the third option, which is Elder Artifacts. But essentially, if you are infused enough with raw anima energies, you can also ascend that way. It requires a lot of concentrated stuff. Like you need like a pure source of anima to do that. And then option 3
you
is
have to real quick on that option too. You basically have to basically be strong enough to absorb whatever other energy can boost that power to then grant you either divinity or same level of strength as a god, in other words.
Yeah. And then option 3 is possession of an elder artifact. Now, obviously not all elder artifacts are made equal. If you have the Stone of Jaws, you're going to get there a little bit faster if you can survive the Dragonkin than somebody using, say, the crown. Saradomin became a god after many long years of wearing that thing, which extended his lifetime and whatnot. And then eventually he became blue because apparently the crown has silver poisoning going on in that.
No, you see, he became blue because he was in a world of fucking cold. He died of frostbite.
Anyway, so Elder Artifacts tend to be a pretty good source because they provide you like raw god juice directly powered by the Elder Gods. The Stone of Jaws is one of the more iconic ones, but even the Elder Kiln, the thing that the Tokar and the Tsar are from, can also help one ascend to higher levels, which is what happened with Gilinor's biggest badass, Sekal Zook, who essentially, after beating the shit out of all the Tokar, claimed ownership of it, and then became red and developed communism and also proceeded to become a demigod. So your options for godhood are either becoming blue or becoming red. There is no in between.
Actually, no. If we consider the concept art with Elerness, you can also stay with your original color. It's just you're not gonna look as cool.
Okay, objection. Elidness is pretty badass looking.
I mean, she's mother looking, but she's not that. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you're right. The muscles really gives it away there.
He would break you in half.
Yeah, no complaint, no complaint there. But real
Anyway,
quick on the first one, on the killing the god one, to answer the question, yes, is pretty much what Zamrak did to Zeros, but also no. So if you kill a god, yes, you could become a god like that, but evidence has shown that you have to do it physically. Like you have to impale the god or snap the god's neck for all of their energy to be poured in you. In Zamrak's case, he used an artifact called the Siphon, also called the Staff of Armadale. So basically, he impaled Zeros and just absorbed that sweet, sweet godly juice into him.
by accident, Zamorak was not known for the smartest plays. He just was brute forcing it with that stuff.
Yeah, he just wanted to just get rid of Zeros just because he felt that Zeros wasn't, fulfilling his promise, which didn't kill him. Zeros escaped, but he became very weakened afterwards.
Yeah. Zamorak accidentally into godhood by using the Staff of Armadil like a frickin' like a frickin' mace or something.
Oh, here's a good question. Can all gods escape death? Okay, that is a good question, but I think that has to be more on knowledge of being able to. Because previously it was stated that it. Oh, God. Let me explain the previously real quick. So there used to be several power levels of deity. There was 7 tiers of godhood. There was an avatar or aspect of gods, demigods, inexperienced god, experienced gods, tier 2 gods, which I forgot what they were called at this point.
I think it was like ascended gods.
Yeah. And then tier 1 were elder gods, the one above all. You cannot get there and you cannot surpass them in this universe. So it was known that tier 2 gods were the only ones that were able to escape death by leaving their physical form and becoming incorporeal. Gothics was a tier 2 god. But ever since they got rid of the tier system, I would say that any god can do it if they have the experience to do it. Like they would have to know that they can escape death this method, or they won't be able to escape death and they're just gonna die. So yes, gods have the potential to escape death, but no, they really can't. Anyway, how long have I been streaming right now?
Yeah, like you've been here. We've been here for like an hour.
Oh, yeah, it's almost an hour, yeah, because I believe we end the stream at 8 or
Yeah, we got half an hour left of this.
yeah. So we got half an hour. We're good. We're good, everybody. We're good.
Are you sure?
No, we're not good. But yeah, so with all of that, basically, gods are capable of escaping death, but it's just a whole scenario where they have to know how to do it. Some RuneScape players, the lore hounds, believe that they have to be attuned or know how to manipulate the anima mundi. I believe it's just some experience that you have to have. So it's debatable, but at this moment, it's more dependable on how how the developers want to say the story. They could explain that the gods can do it or they can't, but we haven't seen any of it do it. I believe, I believe Gothics. If you explain that, well, hold up. I'm trying to remember the dialogue. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to remember the dialogue here. But so Zero's scenario, the empty lord, the god of fate, he was considered dead. So to the naked eye, to us, we saw a god get resurrected and can be resurrected. This is something that even Gothics finds unnatural and dangerous if you're able to return from death, which is what Zeros did in a way, but he didn't really die in the perspective. So, to the mortal's eyes, yeah, you're gonna look like the god is gonna look like he's dead if he goes on ahead and escapes death. But out of character, you're gonna know that he didn't die. So it's kind of that situation. So yeah, the gods can escape death, but to the mortals, they're gonna think, "Oh no, he's dead. Shit, we gotta do something."
My god is dead. And we have killed him.
A few millennium later, hey, geez, I'm back. What the fuck just happened here?
Oh, sorry, God. Welcome back. We may have, tried to destroy the world in your name to avenge your death.
That's not what I asked for. I said to wait until I return. Huh? You know, I kind of expected this question to be asked soon. So somebody asked, what if I ask a genie to make me a god?
I don't think... I don't think genies have enough power to do that.
Yeah, they'll probably make you the strongest being on the planet, but that would probably be under a demigod or at least a demigod, but like weaker than one of the desert pantheons, or if not all of them. But yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to become a god through a wish. Heck, and before anybody asks, if you try to make a wish to be a god, yeah, you're not gonna be granted that wish also. Even if it's as strong as a god, yeah, the wish is not gonna be granted, and it's not gonna work out the way you want it. Especially if the genie decides to be the genie of assholes. Hey.
You get classical genies compared to Robin Williams' genie.
Oh yeah. So you get the I want to be the strongest being in this world. Bet you're a genie now. Enjoy.
Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space.
Enjoy. And now I believe advertisement went through.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. See.
Oh, the advertisement finished already. Well, probably not for everybody because it is telling me that there are some people that are
Still in the
still
stream.
in the advertisement. Yeah.
They're now trapped in my genjutsu. So now,
We're so sorry, but you're trapped forever.
yes, Amaterasu.
Somebody said those poor people dropped in the advertisements. Yeah. Oh well. That's what happens when you don't pay for subscription. And
Yep.
that's what happens when I need money. You're gonna get
Money.
ads shoved in your face, I guess. I don't know. But let's see. Yeah, just keep asking questions, I guess. While we're waiting for everybody else, I guess.
Ask your questions, and one day you may receive enlightenment.
You were soaking in the bath. Audible. There's
Hold on,
more
for some
to
reason I
imagine
got
when you listen.
another. Okay, yeah, there you go. Something else is making sound in the background. What?
Sorry, I was flickering the lights in the background to mess with you.
Okay, I found it. Apparently, I have an advertisement going on.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Hilarious. Alright, look, here's a question. So are there fake gods like those worshipped as gods but are not divine? Oh yeah, plenty. There's plenty of them.
There was a whole plot with this guy about a fake son of Saradomin, and then later a daughter of Tusca.
Sure, like I did do something.
Oh, that's right.
Like
that was back in the Godless days. My bad.
Yeah, we're talking
Right.
about the game, but yeah, I did do something like that before, way before we became the Quest Collective. But
Yeah,
in
but
game,
I think the closest thing I can think of is the Kendall, where technically there is a real god in the religion of the mountain tribe near the Fremeniks. Cousins of them, called the Kendall. Unfortunately, there was somebody in a bear suit masquerading as the Kendall, and so that was a whole thing.
yeah, that's one of them. Another one is Ivan, the self-proclaimed
yeah.
son of Zamorak. And no, he wasn't really the son of Zamorak, but yeah, he was self-proclaimed. I think it's because he was resurrected by a witch that used
Dark magic.
Yeah, that used demons also to keep him immortal or indestructible. I forgot which one it was.
Do you really think you can save them, adventurer?
Yes, I can. Shit. Um, Another one would be the Guardians of Guthix. Uh, they, according to the Gift of Guthix book, the worshippers of Guthix, or at least the religion before they converted themselves to being more something else, I guess. They used to see, or some of them still do, see the Guardians as demigods. God, what else? One of the Guardians of Guthix is trying to force his creations to worship him instead.
How do I get them to stop worshiping gods? Oh yeah, just worship me.
I mean, everything I tried failed. Might as well.
Oh yeah, this is big brain time.
Let's see who's else. Who else is there? I know there's more. Oh, freaking son of a bitch. Lucian is another one. He was self-proclaimed until he was almost becoming a god, until he got his ass kicked by dragons.
Yeah, he got his ass beat hard.
Haziel, technically he isn't claiming to be a god, but he does have a cult, so that counts in a way.
In theory.
Yeah, I can't think of any other. Oh yeah, but there are several that are claimed to be gods from creation. Like there's a being named after the planet called Gielinor, who isn't a god but is worshipped as one. Um, yeah, I think that's every one I can think of right now. But yeah, like in other words, yes, there are fake gods out there, but yeah, some of them have powers as well to prove that they are godly, but whether or not they're divine is a different argument. Oh, here's another question. How can one tell if one is divine? Ah, you can't.
You just kind of are.
Yeah, you just gotta assume they are divine if you want to believe them, or assume they're a crazy person if you don't want to believe them. That's basically the argument there. Because they're either are a god, as in they are a demigod or an actual god, or they're not, and they're just a crazy person. So yeah, it's basically dependable on how you want to see it. Yeah, here's a good quiz in the question. So after Chaos takes the world, it's back to campaign 4. Yes, after Chaos takes the world, we're gonna jump back to campaign 4, and yeah, we'll be focusing on campaign 4, and then finishing up for campaign 5, which I have ready. Um, uh, pl- uh, I don't want to spoil everything, but the plot for the fifth one is going to be paced around Dragon Wild. So play the game or wait until the game comes out, up to you. But we are doing the plot of the fifth one to be based around Dragon Wilds. Um, doing the playing the game as an open beta right now, which is an open beta. It I feel like it would be long enough with NPCs, dialogue, choices, and everything. I feel like the entire plot line would be long enough to at least push it to being a campaign. I'm hoping that it could be more than a year before we finish that campaign. And uh, to answer the one question from Frank, uh, uh, campaign 5. Well, wow, campaign 4. We left off with. I remember us leaving off with leaving Camelot after gathering the information from King Arthur, and returning to Fallador through the lodestone. That's where we left off. Right, Steve? Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, we left off there, and we were trying to figure out how to find what's his face,
Or
frickin' yeah, Oreb the Magister.
yeah, it's another person that they have to find. But yeah, we do have. If you guys wish to watch campaign 4 to catch up what you missed, we do have it on YouTube right now. The entire playlist is there, and we are coming back to it. We're not gonna abandon it. But yeah, it's right there for you to take and give it a watch. Uh, so, uh, so is everyone starting at level 1 in campaign 5? Yes, and the reason for that is because of how Dragon Wild starts off. Um, Without spoiling too much, you start off as a very rookie adventurer, and your character in Dragon Wild basically starts off with nothing, and it's just an experience that they have to go through to be able to explore and survive the rediscovered continent. Um, with that, I would say with everything that goes on there, a lot of Dragon Wild stuff is gonna progress with the player's progression. So every time the players level up, a lot of things will level up with the players. Well, a lot of things, not everything, just a lot of things. I do theorize that we won't. Okay, I do theorize in campaign 4 everybody will reach level 20 or level 19. I don't think everybody will reach level 12 or higher in campaign 5 because of how I see the game working and how the game progresses. I might be wrong. They might do it. They might progress higher and higher. Um, like again, it's more because of how I theorize the game is gonna be released. Um, if I'm wrong, hopefully I am. It will be released with a lot more options and mini quests for the players to go through to be able to level up. But yeah, but for the time being, it's more so I'm preparing. I have things prepared for when the level reaches for the players when they reach to level 12. If they are able to reach higher, that's great. But I feel like the end game of it all will be level 12 unless Dragon Wild proves that it's going to be higher than that. Yeah, here's hoping also.
And in all hope ye who enter here.
Yeah, because as far as I know, like a lot of people seem to have had trouble with running level 20 campaigns. Because apparently the players would be too strong for the monsters. I've never had that trouble. I have, oh no, you're level 20? Great. I'm gonna make my boss monster strong enough to be able to withstand you guys. And I do. I end up making it so strong that it's a challenge for them, even at level 20. Because at this point, to me, or at least for me, level 20 defines means two things. Level 20 means you're either at the peak of your adventuring where you basically are the strongest, or you're at the level of a demigod. So it really doesn't matter, but I do see it differently. Hold on a second.
He's just looking for an excuse to try and get us killed. Oh, you're level 20? That means you're a big enough punching bag for this.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, just I was receiving a phone call. But yeah, so I was trying to get like whenever it comes to like level 20 campaign, and I'm not like the players reach to level 20 and I'm not there yet to finish it up. I give them challenges, challenging boss fights. So it's one of those situations where okay, this is gonna be a challenging boss fight. So yeah, it's not gonna be a problem. Um, yeah, so that's a real quick thing. Yeah, like I do understand is high level D&D is problematic when you want to use official monsters, but the thing is I don't acknowledge that problem at all. Like,
Essentially, he's circumventing the problem by making his own monsters that will kill us.
yes and no. What I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yes.
hold on, but what I was gonna say was that, which answering another question here, yes, I adjust the official monsters. If I see the official monsters in the source book that I was going to use is meant for level 20 players or level 19 players, and all of the rest of my players are level 20, and I see that they can kick that monster's ass in the next 4 turns, I am going to adjust that monster's HP, AC, and hit chance if I see that the hit chance is not going to hit almost everybody. So I adjust it to the point where it works. I do understand like some dungeon masters will find difficulty to doing it because a lot of them want to make sure that the game is balancing. I don't do balancing, and I'm not trying to say this to be an asshole. Like I'm trying to say this in terms of I want you guys to experience the challenge. I want my players to feel that challenge. Like, I'm sorry, you were gonna say something?
You want us to suffer.
No, what I want you to do is I want you to feel the same feeling you felt when you were low level fighting a boss monster. Shit, I may be strong, but I can't be reckless type of shit. That's what I want my players to feel. I want them to feel like they're not at um like I want them to feel like yeah, you reached the end game, but even the end game isn't something that can make things easier. And yes, basically a boss should feel like a boss. No. You're right. Like I understand what you're saying. Yes, a boss should feel like a boss that is not something you can beat easily. If you do end up beating it easily for using strategies, heck, 100% good job. I won't have it be a defeat, but instead a move to phase 2, or hey, that boss is out cold and he looks dead. Basically, I'll just fake death and then use him for like either another campaign or like a one shot reunion where you guys come back and like, wait, I thought you died. Oh well, no. You see, you knocked me out and put me in a coma for a year. Crazy stuff like that. It's just crazy stuff like that.
It's really
But yeah,
but okay.
yeah. But yeah, it's not that I want you guys to suffer. It's more so that I want you guys to feel that this is the end game, but we might die if we get reckless type of end game. Because let's be honest, how many players have we had that went reckless even at level 20?
I can think of 2, and both happen to be barbarians.
Yeah, and then also Eugene.
Don't remind me.
Hey Eugene, how many times have you almost died because you forgot to drink your potion? Hey Eugene, don't blow yourself up.
Again?
Yeah, we had a character a player who had a character named Eugene, and they never really drink their potion. They end up almost dying, and until they have to drink the potion. So we're all like, please remember, drink your goddamn potion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's like the dice are against him. Geez, let's see. We got 5 more minutes. Anything you want to add, Steve? Like from anything, any trivia?
Any trivia? Hmm. No, I'm coming up with nothing. My brain's not working.
Oh, that's fine. I'm trying to think of a trivia myself. But somebody asked an amazing question. Why did you have a Steven universe?
Well, first of all, I was not very creative in the early days when we were just doing random quests, so I just kept making NPCs named Steve. And so I decided eventually it was just like, okay, what if they're all connected in one big universe? One big Steve collective, if you will. And then I watched a Phineas and Ferb episode, which kind of cemented it, because there was apparently a Steve convention, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is how it'll work. So yeah, I decided, you know what, all the Steves are connected. Not really, but I will just have there be many Steves, and all of them will look like Steve Buscemi, because I think Steve Buscemi is awesome.
Yeah, you could tell he's a real big Steve Buscemi fan. No hate though, understandable. But does get annoying with every character you have, every NPC he fucking goes in with. This guy looks like Steve. Like, come on. Frank commented saying, the Steve hive mind.
Yes, we are Steve, for we are many.
All right, Venom, calm down.
First of all, that's a reference to the Bible. But secondly, fuck you. I do what I
time?
want.
After the stream? After Rivals?
Why not during Rivals?
All right, then.
Anyway. Yeah, so basically, I mostly do it now just to mess with David, or if I'm having trouble coming up with a better name. So, I need a random NPC. It's a Steve.
Yeah,
So,
in other words, like every players and every dungeon master, he suffers with trying to get the names, which I admire. That his solution for that is Steve, like just calling everyone Steve, which honestly makes perfect sense, and I would 100% agree with. If my brain wasn't rattled with "do not do this," because I would have done the same thing too. I have done the same thing, but it's not as constant as his.
yeah, I have yet to corrupt him to the ways of having a single name for every NPC when you're stuck coming up with names.
Yeah. If you struggle with getting NPC's name, I would recommend you, like the viewers and I guess anybody else, try a fantasy name generator. There is a website called Fantasy Name Generator that allows you to get names of anybody, any creatures, any race of monsters or dragonborn or anything. And it's amazing. They even have RuneScape in their generator names. I kid you not. That's how I managed to get some Dragonkin names for some BBGs that were Dragonkins. The website is amazing.
He's completely doing this on his own. We don't have a sponsor, so.
Yeah, we don't. This is the free stuff. It's just me using my sponsor's voice. In case we ever find some sponsor-worthy person watching me, I would make a great sponsor. Please, we need the money. And by we, I mean me.
Yes. Or yeah, alternatively, just find a name you really like and make it a recurring thing, and just keep going until your players join, and you have an entire Steve campaign.
I will never let that happen.
What a fool you are.
Wait, now somebody wants me to do it and let it be a thing. You know what? Hold up. I have an idea. I'll let it be a thing. Okay? I'll let it be a thing. If we reach 100 followers on Twitch, when we reach 100 followers on Twitch, I will put up a challenge for the community. And if that challenge can be reached before a month or two of a wait of whenever I think is good to like let that challenge wait out on. If that challenge is beaten by the community, I will allow and have our players name their characters Steve and have a full blown Steve campaign. Whether it's a one shot or, God forbid and forgive me, campaign 5.
At last.
Well, everybody is cheering to that.
Yeah.
Well, by everybody, I mean the viewers that we have. And we have a total of 49 followers. So we just need 61 followers to go.
Yeah,
Wait, am I
baby.
counting that right? No, I think it's 51. I don't really care right now. I'm tired. My math is off. Anyway, it is 1:30. It has been 1:31 now. That means it's time for us to leave, depart, and let the stream go.
Ayunara.
Mate, you can call in those favors, but you have to let those people know that they need to watch our stream, participate in our stream, and get the goal achieved, mate. Because if we just get followers and no viewership, we're not growing. We're just having an empty seat of audience.
So get them addicted to my horrible humor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Assimilate them into my hive mind. Make them change their name to Steve, so that way they join the Steve hive.
I guess. God damn it. Yeah, you didn't think that far. It's fine. We all never think that far. But anyway, we have to go now. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and basically putting up with our cringy voice and cringy attitude. We hope you guys have a great weekend. We will see you guys tomorrow. And a heads up, next week I might do another episode of the recap, all because I didn't do an episode last week when I was supposed to. I had an emergency. Not a big emergency, but I had something that I had to resolve that took some time to resolve. But yeah, until then, I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope you all have a good weekend and a good Friday. Don't drink, don't drive, don't drink and drive, don't drive under the influence, and be safe.
Embrace the cringe side of you. Anyway, bye!
Bye bye.